Gorgeous. Hello, I'm Chris Rosima. I am your host for tonight, the education series. Tonight we're doing Regulate Your Nervous System. Super excited about this. If you have a piece of paper, I highly recommend taking some notes because there's some really good, simple tips in this that you can do if you're finding that you are getting a little flustered and your nervous system is just kind of running away with you. Um, this is going to help you feel better, to think clearer, to handle life and all of its potholes with more ease. And God only knows that we need it in the world right now because every time we turn around, something is triggering um, our nervous system into fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. And I'm here and I'm hoping you are here because you want to feel more in control of your emotions and actions, not overwhelmed by them. I find I have to work really hard at managing my emotional response to things these days. You might be tired, stressed, anxious, or just trying to get through the day without burning out. And you are not alone. And you're in the right place. So this class is a nice safe place for learning and growing and letting go of the idea that you have to do everything perfectly. Um, you'll walk away from this class with some nice, simple, practical tools that you can start using right away. And that's what I love about this class. It's going to help reduce your stress, support your body, and help you feel more grounded in your everyday life. So we can move out of stress and into peace more naturally. Now, if at any time you have questions, please just interrupt me as we go along. There's not a ton of slides, so we've got lots of time to talk about the different aspects of what each one is telling us about. But one of the most important things to understand is why nervous system regulation matters. Um, our emotions are actually so closely linked to our physical bodies that if you've ever felt your stomach churn from anxiety or your heart beat faster with worry, then you know about that close connection between emotions and our physical bodies. How we are feeling emotionally can change how we are feeling physically and vice versa. And this is because the nervous system, the central nervous system of our body, um, is our body's command center. All right. It controls our stress response, it controls our mood, our digestion, our immune health, and our energy. I'm always fascinated that our nervous system um, manages our digestion process. So if you are highly nervous, sometimes you are not digesting food well, or you are digesting food too well and are in the bathroom. My sister and I have absolutely polar opposite nervous system reactions. She is an anxiety, nausea person. She can't eat when she's anxious, and me, I eat when I'm anxious. So it doesn't even matter family traits. Everyone is different. And at any given time, we will be in one of three places within our nervous system. The ventral nervous system, which is the right amount of energy. We feel calm, we feel grounded, we feel able to give and receive connection with others. That's the ventral. There's the sympathetic nervous system, which is too much energy. We're hyperactive, we're frustrated, angry, anxious, yelling, panicking, defensive. And then there's dorsal nervous system, or zero energy. We shut down, we close off, we get depressed, zone out, crawl into bed and put the covers up over our head. We feel numb or hopeless and sluggish. And so when your nervous system is dysregulated, you get stuck in fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. Now, these have evolved over time. When this first became a thing to know about nervous system regulation, it was fight or flight. And then they added freeze because some people just freeze in a situation. They don't fight back when they don't flee. And then there's fawn. Now, fawn is the most recent one, and it is the one that the people pleasers tend to default to. It is where People who are highly nervous like their nervous system is highly agitated, they start trying to please other people by fawning over them. So what does dysregulation look like? And it can look different for anybody, and it can have multiple combinations of these things, and it can look different in the same person from time to time, like over time. So it can be racing thoughts. It can be tension or tightness in the body. It can be digestive issues. It can be mood swings. It can be depression or anxiety. Sometimes it can be both of those. It can be trouble sleeping, and it can be feeling numb or detached or a kind of dissociative kind of state. And so our goal is to spend as much time as possible in that calm ventral energy. But we have things like past trauma and pain that can actually hijack the system and send us into the spiral. So our other goal is to support the parasympathetic side of things, the rest and digest system. And we do that with intentional habits, with supplements, and with true actual self-care that transforms our whole selves, mind, body, and spirit, not just superficial self-care. And the one thing to remember in all of this is that you are not broken. You are just in survival mode when this happens to you. So, what kinds of things dysregulate our nervous system? Well, understanding this is super important because understanding what throws us off helps us to know how to get back on track. So being aware of things as they are occurring helps us to start catching ourselves in the dysregulation process and in dogs drinking water here back here. Sorry about that. Um, and in addressing it so we can stop it sooner. So chronic stress is a big one, and it is probably the single biggest one for people in this day and age. When your body actually stays in a fight or flight state, in that highly stressed state for too long, it stops knowing how to relax. And this is constant state of alert puts a drain on your energy. It disrupts your sleep. It disrupts your digestion. It plays havoc with other hormones, and it keeps your nervous system on edge. And this chronic stress is there. Our bodies are meant to handle temporal or situational stress, a tiger fighting us or something scary happening and we have to get away or we have to hide. Chronic stress is when we are continuously thinking we have to flee, and there is no end to it. And so the cortisol that is released in our system, cortisol is a hormone that's released by our adrenal glands. It is a symptom of it is a symptom of stress, but when it's chronic and chronically released in our body, that's when problems start to happen. So things that dysregulate our nervous system, more things are processed food and blood sugar spikes. So if you eat a lot of highly processed foods or you have poor regulation of your blood sugar, these create a roller coaster of energy, mood swings and stress and signals that make it harder for your nervous system to find balance. So it's really important to limit or reduce your amount of processed foods and to manage blood sugar so that you reduce the number of spikes that you have. Another thing that dysregulates our nervous system is dehydration and mineral loss. Our nervous system actually needs water and key minerals like magnesium, sodium, and potassium to function properly. It does not function properly without water and those three key minerals and other minerals in finite amounts. When you're dehydrated or lacking in these minerals, often from things like too much coffee or really bad stress or poor diet, your body can feel anxious or jittery or foggy. I had a period of time when I had this weird flighty feeling. It felt like not pins and needles, but like ripples across my chest here. And my doctor didn't really know what it was, and he didn't think it was anything, so he didn't look at it. But I found that when I take my magnesium, when I take enough magnesium every day, that feeling goes away. So I know that it's a nervous system thing, and it's trying to tell me that I'm low in magnesium. Another thing that can dysregulate our nervous system is a lack of safety in our routine or in our environment. So if your nervous system is always scanning for safety, if your daily life feels like unpredictable or overwhelming or emotionally unsafe, even in subtle ways, it can keep you in a chronic state of low-grade stress. And that, again, it means that there's cortisol flooding our body and playing havoc with the other hormones that try to balance our life out. And finally, the last thing that really dysregulates our nervous system is emotional trauma. So if you have unprocessed emotional pain, even from years ago, it can live in our body and impact how our nervous system reacts to everyday situations, even subconsciously. It can lead to overreactions, it can lead to you shutting down or feeling stuck in patterns that don't serve you, and you're not sure why. Um, Here's a tip. You can try this journaling exercise later. So think about each of these three states, um, and uh, what does it feel like for you to be in a calm, safe, ventral energy? What does it feel like emotionally or physically? Um, what about frantic, heightened, sympathetic, shut down dorsal? Do you feel those? Do you remember feeling like that? Write these things down, and this will help you identify the state of your nervous system and your triggers for that activation. So find situations where you were feeling nicely regulated, calm, and peaceful, or when you were feeling frantic and heightened in your sympathetic nervous system, or if you were shut down dorsal and you're lying in bed with the covers over your head, not wanting to move. Because that's how you start to begin to find the triggers that are going to dysregulate you and be able to catch them sooner so the impact isn't as great. I may just have a drink of my tea here. Okay. So there are foods and minerals that regulate our um, nervous system. Okay. What you eat directly impacts how calm and balanced you feel. Oh, hey, Lynn. So blood sugar balance equals nervous system safety. When your blood sugar is stable, your body feels safe. That means fewer mood swings, less anxiety, and more energy. So, for this, eat protein, healthy fats, and fiber every 3 to 4 hours to avoid crashes that trigger stress responses in your body. It's a very good way of managing
Oh,
consistent blood sugar. Yep. Did you have a question, Leanne?
no, no.
Okay, sorry.
I was just yawning. It's like,
Oh,
whoa, stop that, Leanne. I gotta drink more water.
yes, drink more water. So there's some top nutrients for nervous system support. My all-time favorite, mm, I'm trying to get the last of my Ningxia today. My all-time favorite is magnesium. Magnesium is an amazing mineral. It helps calm the body, it reduces tension, it supports deep sleep, it helps with muscle spasms. It is an amazing mineral. When I had my second heart attack, magnesium became super important to me because I was on a magnesium intravenous strip for 4 days. And halfway through that, the nurse had said they don't like giving you magnesium intravenously because it's very hard on your blood vessels that way. So when I started having other issues, I know after I came home from the hospital, I wondered if I was chronically low on magnesium. And now I take quite a bit of magnesium every single day, and I can tell within about 24 hours if I've forgotten to take it because that fluttery feeling starts to come
Oh,
back.
interesting.
My toes start to if I start to stretch, my toes might cramp. So magnesium is massive for me.
So which magnesium?
I have heard many. conflicting reports. According to the scientists at Young Living, all magnesium is good magnesium. Different magnesiums may be better for certain things. So
Right.
glycinate, the glycinate's currently on the roll, but you need more glycinate to get the same effect as you would citrate or hydrate. So you need to take more of it to get the same effect as a citrate or a hydrate. Now, one of the reasons why people kind of shy away from citrate is because it sometimes can give you loose bowel movements.
And that's what I'm hoping for right now because I'm on the reset.
Oh, so you want that? Well, so
Yeah.
I find that I don't have any severe problems with citrate. I take them Young Living magnesium, and it is a combination of hydrate and citrate, and it is distilled from seawater out off of the coast of Ireland. Um, Synthetics, you have to be careful with the companies where you purchase any supplements because synthetics actually don't work as well in our body as more organic options. So, um, I know that lots of people say different magnesiums for different things, but um, I think that if you just get started with whatever magnesium you've got is good. So in Young Living World, you can get magnesium in mineral essence, which is a liquid that is an entire mineral concoction, or in the super magnesium, or in the deep night essence sleep aid. It's also found in leafy greens, in pumpkin seeds, and in dark chocolate. So often people, especially women who are craving chocolate, actually what their body is asking for is magnesium.
Interesting.
Another good thing for regulating our nervous system or food wise is omega 3s. Omega 3s reduce inflammation and support brain and nerve health. You can get that from chia seeds, from walnuts, from flax, from wild caught fish. You can get the green omega-3 from Young Living, which is a great supplement option, and it is from algae, so highly sustainable. One of the problems with wild caught fish versions of omega-3s is often you will get fishy burps. But the other thing is the sustainability of harvesting so much fish from the ocean. Um, it isn't as quickly renewable as something like algae, which has great omega-3s. Another thing is the B vitamins, which are crucial for energy, mood, and nervous system repair. It's found in eggs and meat and lentils, and most importantly for Western diets in nutritional yeast. So if you are doing like a keto diet and you are finding that you are having low mood and you have less energy and your nervous system seems heightened, it's probably because you are not getting enough omega 3s, or sorry, enough B vitamins because you've given up bread. So if you are doing keto, you should be doing a good solid B vitamin supplement as
Is
well.
that, do you know if that reset, Young Living's reset, or what do they call it?
The 14-day reset?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a keto diet or is that like that's like an Atkins
You can
diet?
pick any diet you want on that. So I just go with whole foods. Like I'm on it right now. And so I'm just
Oh,
trying
you're
to,
doing the reset?
yeah, I'm just trying to do as much whole food eating as possible, like whole grain bread and
But I didn't think we could have bread.
are you on the metabolism one?
Yes,
Oh, okay. Well,
I hate it. I'm only on day 3 and I
yep,
love eating. I just
yep.
don't want to eat now because it's so bloody boring. Anyway, but
Well, and
others,
I'm a firm believer in that not everything works for everybody.
well, I'm going to keep
I don't do
trying.
keto. I don't do keto because I really value the nutrition of bread. Um, Bread has kept humans alive for a very long time. Anyway, if you are doing that diet, you will need to supplement yourself with B vitamins.
Okay, I better be doing that. I
Yeah,
better.
and that might help with your mood and your how you feel about the reset.
I just find I'm not excited about because there's so many restrictions, but I know
Yeah.
you've got to do it. So many restrictions that I just can't get excited about even cooking food. It's like you have to get stuff with no sugar
Yeah.
to anyway, I'll
It's
let you get on
interesting.
with
It's
your
interesting. So National Public Radio in the United States did a fantastic um, survey on something called scarcity. And I can't remember what the title of the series was, but it was a fantastic radio program. And what they found and what research has shown from the 1940s onward, that as soon as you tell yourself you cannot have this, your brain goes into hyperdrive on thinking about it. And it is a scarcity evolutionary piece that um is really, really strong in people. If you can find it, I can't remember what the name of it is, but I can find it and post it. It is fascinating to listen to
Mm,
because you'll understand more why your response to this diet is so strong.
yeah.
Mhm.
But it's good. It sure makes you realize stuff.
Oh yeah, no,
But
there's
it's only 2 weeks, so
mhm,
and it's only day 3. But anyway.
exactly. Exactly. Um, so yeah, so that's B vitamins. Trace minerals is the final thing that can really help regulate our nervous system. They're in moderate and tiny, tiny amounts, but they support hydration and signaling and hormone balance. So, unrefined salt has a lot of it in there because a lot of these trace minerals are salts. Ningxia Red has a lot. The Ningxia Red has a lot of these trace minerals because Young Living's Ningxia Red is grown in the Ningxia province, which is at the base of the Himalayas on the Chinese side. And the water coming off of the Himalayas over all of those
Oh,
rocks
that
brings
would
all of those minerals off of those rocks in the water and waters the Ningxia trees. And those trees take up all of those minerals into the berries, which is how we get trace minerals in Ningxia Red.
oh, that's interesting.
Isn't it? It's Ningxia is a fascinating drink. Um, and then other mineral rich supplement like mineral essence. Now, mineral essence tastes terrible. It's awful. So you
Do you
mix it
said
with
it's a liquid,
mineral
right?
essence is a liquid, yeah. But I mix it in with Ningxia Red to try to hide the taste because it really, yeah. But here's some okay, so here's some regulation friendly snacks. Okay. Hard-boiled eggs,
Yeah, that's my friend
avocado
right now.
slices,
Yeah.
apple slices.
Yeah, I can't do that right now, but that's
Yeah. Almond butter, Greek yogurt, chia seeds with berries. You probably can't do berries on that.
yeah, no
If you're
fruits.
keto, yeah. Hummus and carrots or bell pepper strips. Trail mix with raw nuts, seeds, and a few dried berries. You could actually have goji berries. Ningxia Red is super high in fiber, so that means it is a low glycemic index. It doesn't spike your blood sugar, even though there is a lot of fruit sugars in it.
Yeah, because
It,
it does taste quite sweet.
well, and that's it's also sweetened with a stevia sweetener called Reb M, which
Mm.
is a fermented stevia sweetener. But goji berries, because of the high fiber in them, have a low glycemic index. Cottage cheese and cucumber slices or cherry tomatoes. Oatmeal energy bites, which are oats, nuts, nut butter, flax seeds, honey, and dark chocolate.
I'm
Dark chocolate for the magnesium.
gonna have to tell my sister-in-law that because she loves her dark chocolate.
Well, there it's a
Go
magnesium
just go
thing.
take a magnesium pill, Donna.
Yep. Brown rice cakes, smashed avocado with sea salt, turkey or chicken roll-ups, a nice protein smoothie. Maybe add some greens and some nut butter to that. Chia pudding is very good for helping this. Make it with coconut milk and top it with some fruit. And then, of course, Ningxia Red. Um, Very, very good. Full of minerals that help regulate our nervous system. Let's talk a minute about hydration. Do you know that you can drink a lot of water and still be dehydrated? Because hydration doesn't rely only on water, it also relies on salts, the minerals in salts, which is why things like Gatorade are so sweet because they have to cover up the saltiness of the um, uh, things that they put in to help with the dehydration. So your body cannot stay calm or respond to stressors if it's running on empty. I hope we both all know that now. It's a hard lesson for women to learn, but by the time we're 60, I think we finally start to get the idea. Dehydration heightens your anxiety. Dehydration also, because we are very poor recognizers of being dehydrated, dehydration can often be confused with hunger. We can
Mm.
think that we are hungry when actually what it is that we are dehydrated. And even mild dehydration can make you feel more tense, more irritable, and have brain fog. And we know that drinking good water is good for us, but we often miss the thing that the water should be giving us, which is minerals. Now, if you live in a place with hard water, you get those minerals in your water. Here on the West Coast, we have super soft water, very little minerals in there, which is why I need so much magnesium in my diet. Um, so you have to add things like unrefined salt to your water or mineral essence or something like that in order. Himalayan pink salt helps too. Um, so here's some practical steps. Add minerals to your water. Minerals actually help your body use the water that you drink instead of just filling your cells. Think of them as hydration activators. You can use high quality salts, mineral essence, a drop or two of that. Um, you can drink coconut water. Um, if you opt for healthy coconut water on its own or mix it with plain water, coconut water should actually be pink.
Mm.
Otherwise, it is overly processed and lacks all the antioxidants and salts that you need. So try this morning habit. Warm lemon water. So a drop of lemon oil in warm water and a little splash of mineral essence first thing in the morning. Not only will that help hydrate you, but it'll help your liver a lot because your liver is busy detoxing everything, and the lemon really helps your liver. Um, and you get bonus points if you do that by if you're sipping your water and writing in your journal or meditating in a quiet environment. Setting yourself up for a good day is really what that tip is all about. Or you could try an adrenal cocktail. So 4 ounces of Ningxia Red, some coconut water, a half a teaspoon of golden turmeric, and a squeeze of lime or a drop of lime juice, and then a dropper full of mineral essence. That's a great adrenal gland stress reducing cocktail to start your day so that you start your day grounded instead of reaching out already stressed. Okay, so we got some practices here. Now, these are really good practices for resetting our nervous system. Things that you can physically do when you can feel that your system is getting a little away from you. Because your nervous system craves rhythm, not chaos. So if we can create some daily rhythms that reset your nervous system, it will bring you super calm. And so these are quick tools that you can use anywhere, really anytime. So box breathing. I have taught so many people how to box breathe. So if you look at my little picture, imagine that's as a box. When you are doing box breathing, you come up with the left-hand side, starting at the bottom, and you imagine yourself, and you breathe in, imagining yourself driving up the side of the box. And you can do that for 4, 5, or 6 counts up the side. And then across the top, you hold the breath for the same length of time. So however many counts, say five counts across. And then when you get to the right-hand side, you imagine yourself going down the side of the box and you exhale for the same number of counts all the way down to the bottom. And then when you get to the bottom, you hold the breath across the bottom for that same number of counts again. And this really helps to reset. And if you do this 2 or 3 times in the moment, you will find that your whole body just relaxes. It's an amazing thing. To practice slow, intentional breathing really calms your stress response and it activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which is your rest and digest system. And it will just flip your body out of that fight or flight, freeze or fawn phase into a more calm and peaceful stage. Then there is some vagus nerve massage. I don't know if you've ever done any vagal nerve things, but you can gently rub behind your ears and down the side of your neck to help your body shift into a more relaxed state. Rub behind your ears, down the side of your neck, right to the bottom, right to your clavicle, right there. And just do that a few times to help yourself relax. I really like tapping, which is basically just in certain points on your face,
Hmm.
tapping. Uh, the one that I use the most is tapping on my thyroid gland. Um, it really does help because your thyroid is one of the uh, glands and hormone systems that is really attacked by cortisol, and really pushed to its limit. And so if you can reset that just by tapping gently with 2 fingers on the spot where your thyroid gland is, or sometimes on the top, where your third eye is, or under your cheekbones. There's a whole system of exercises under the guise of tapping, which is amazing. Then, of course, there is move your body. Walking, stretching, dancing, shaking your arms, doing whatever it is. You ever been driving down the road and you see a horse in a field and all of a sudden its hind quarter will flicker, like it'll just like shudder and the horse will just keep eating, but that back muscle will shudder? Have you ever seen that?
No.
Or maybe like, well, horses do that stress release by doing that kind of, it's not really it's kind of a shudder. The muscle will just contract and release. And that's one of their ways of getting rid of stress.
Oh, interesting.
So doing any of that move your body stuff for 2 minutes can make a huge difference in the buildup of your stress. And it tells your body that you're safe. And it wakes you up and it gets you prepared for the next part of your day. And then the final one is aromatherapy. And you can use calming oils like lavender or frankincense. Vetiver is very good. Peace and calming is very good. And you can do those breathing exercises using an oil to help anchor your breath and to shift your state. You can apply it to your wrists, your neck, or you can do a scent tent, or you can diffuse it. However you do it, um, essential oils are uniquely qualified to help with that because they are one of the few things that will that can travel directly to your brain through your olfactory system because of that ancient system. It is directly attached to our limbic system in our brain. Now, um, you might want to experiment with different oils because, as in everything, oils react differently with every person. I know somebody who gets quite hyper using lavender. She can't use it before bed because it wakes her right up.
Oh,
So
interesting.
yeah. So it's one of those things where you just kind of play around until you find the combination. I love lavender and cedarwood together. It's gorgeous. Vetiver, I love it. Peace and calming is wonderful. But it calms me down. They don't zip me up. So other great habits that will help you restore your nervous system, good quality sleep. I preach about sleep all the time. Rest is where the repair happens. And you can support better sleep by turning off screens, using calming oils, creating a nighttime wind down routine, having a dark bedroom, having a cool bedroom. These things all help get a better sleep, and sleep is the thing to help your brain rewire itself. Connection and touch are huge. Hugs, laughter, time with people who feel safe to you, having fun. These are powerful regulators for the nervous system. And then the final one is nature and sunlight. Even 10 minutes outside can lower your cortisol level and elevate your mood. Light is a nervous system superpower. And especially first thing in the morning. If you get light on your eyes first thing in the morning, it's very, very good for your whole nervous system. And then uh, I think, yeah, and then there's just basically making some shifts in your life, regulating your nervous system by getting the chemicals out of your house that are hormone disruptors. The Make a Shift Essential Solutions Kit, this is the one with the essential oils. It's a simple and easy to use toolkit for regulating our nervous system. It has stress away in it. It has lavender in it. Deep relief for getting rid of the tension in the muscles. Thieves roll on. So feeling supported physically builds your emotional safety. It helps your immune system. Purification clears your emotional and environmental noise out of your area when you're diffusing it. It helps you feel lighter and fresher and more grounded. Peppermint is energizing without the crash. It's also cooling and great for mental clarity and mood boosting. It comes with lemon, which citrus oils are probably the most um, beautiful, uplifting smells that we can get. But lemon helps cut through a fog and helps us reconnect to our motivation and get moving forward. And then peace and calming, which is a beautiful blend. It's basically a nervous system reset in a bottle. And that's all in one kit. So very, very comprehensive kit. It comes with a diffuser as well. So here's a sample nervous system support routine. So in the morning, some lemon and water and peppermint in your diffuser. At midday, some stress away on your wrists and a 10-minute walk. In the evening, peace and calming on your feet and lavender in the diffuser. Now you put it on your feet because the pores on your feet are larger and don't have sebaceous glands around them. So it directly goes into your system much quicker.
So on the bottoms of your feet or
Yep,
the tops of your feet?
on the bottoms of
Okay,
your feet.
on your soles. Okay.
Yep, yeah. And then for a bonus, deep relief on your shoulders or any part of your body that's got tension or is aching. Deep relief is so wonderful. I put a roller ball on the top of it so that it's just easy, and I have it beside the bed. And you can, any of those oils you can diffuse. I wouldn't diffuse the deep relief because I mean, it smells great, but it works so good on your muscles. But all the other ones, you can also diffuse them in your house so that every time you come in, you are accessing your olfactory system and your limbic brain to just say, everything's okay. It's calm. We're good. And so you can create your own personalized toolkit for feeling grounded, balanced, and safe. Take a moment. I've recorded this so you can go back and watch this again. Take a moment to reflect on the tools that already help you regulate your nervous system and then build yourself a list. Find 3 foods that ground you. Look for 3 practices that help you feel safe and pick 3 oils from the Essential Solutions kit that you love and just use those in times where you are feeling anxious or stressed out and see how you can bring yourself down. And then do some journaling. Record what you're doing, what you're feeling, and how you work your way through it. So you can come back to that later and see what worked for you and what worked best for you because you have the tools. Now you're learning how to use them. And as a final encouragement, just remember that your body isn't the enemy, it's your home. And you are safe to slow down. It is safe to feel. It is safe to reconnect. There's no need to rush your healing. You can move forward gently and with care and with small steps, moving forward, moving back, reevaluating, seeing where you are. This is not a race. This is a lifestyle. And so just watching yourself and really feeling how your body is doing and what triggers you have had and how you have recovered from them is where the great healing comes in. And so the best advice is to start with a make a shift on royalty because who doesn't want to get um, uh, points back on everything that we order? I just ordered a bunch of inner defense for free and some liver tone and whole body cleanse using points because the points that you gain, you can use them in the Canadian store or you can use them at par in the American store, which is truly generous. Um, because all you have to pay for then is the shipping. So anytime I have someone who is literally starting and wanting to make this a lifestyle, it is a no-brainer to put things on the loyalty rewards program because you start off at 10%. After 3 months, you move to 20%. And after 24 months, you move to 25% of the value of your purchases back in points that you can use on other purchases. It's absolutely probably the most generous one out there. And it's things that you want to try, and you can try them for free just by paying the shipping. The other thing you want to do is pick one daily nervous system practice, whether it's the walk or the breathing or the noticing, the mindfulness, whatever it is that you want to try, pick one thing to try and be consistent. Don't try to be perfect, just be consistent. Healing happens one small step at a time, and you got to be kind to yourself along the way. I always say to people, be as kind to yourself as you are to other people. Don't treat other people better than you treat yourself because you are worth being kind to, and you are worth being healthy to, and you are worth having love shared with you from yourself. So that is our class for today. Diane, I did record this so you can go back and rewatch it from the beginning once I get it posted up on the website. Um, but yeah, does anybody have any questions?
No, I don't think so. It just reiterates that I should get
Yeah.
more, take my magnesium more often and look into maybe this mineral essence.
Mm. The magnesium has been a real game changer for me because not only has it helped my sleep, but like I said, it's helped some weird physical symptoms that I had post heart attack. And it's also really just made me feel calmer. I take my magnesium in the morning. I don't feel like I need to sleep, but I do sleep much better, even though I take it in the morning.
Mm.
Yeah. It's really quite an amazing mineral.
Well, thank you very much, Christina.
All right. Well, thank you for joining me.
Okay.
Next week, the class is on Love Your Skin. Some really good stuff about skincare across the ages, and some interesting information about the new products, the collagen peptide serum and the eye brightening cream, which I'm using and really, really loving, but also on the Art Skincare line. So join me next Wednesday, same link, and 6:30 on Wednesday. And thank you for joining me. The
Okay.
replay will come up. I will post the link in the in our Facebook group as soon as it's ready to be watched.
And that's the Young Living Facebook.
That's the New Perspective Oilers one.
Oh.
Thank you.
All right, thank you everybody.
Bye.
Bye.